This is 365801 and this is day 7 of the 25 days of manga. So for today's manga, I am going to be talking about a work that definitely has snow in it. In fact, it's quite a snowy title. And because it's a snowy title, it has lots of cozy sweaters as well. But it is one that has snow on the front cover, so I knew there was going to be snow in it. It's also one that I was going to be reading for Mangafreakathon. It was on my TBR if I got round to it in the week, but I didn't manage to. So it's one I've been meaning to read for a little while now. Now, the fact that it was going to be a read for Mangafreakathon will tell you that this is the kind of story that would work well in October when you're looking for spooky reads. But I think it also works well at this time of year. It's still the late autumn, starting to get frosty. It still has that sense of late autumn into winter, and the snow starts falling in the story. So, yep, it's a good time of year to be reading this particular work. So this work is Sleeping Moon by Kano Miyamoto, and this is a Sublime title, and it's complete in 2 volumes. So if you're looking to get a good story that, as I've said, is kind of a mystery, spooky kind of tale, but also has wintry themes, then this is a good one to go for. It might not actually be in print just now. I think they did mention a while ago that they were going to stop printing it. So if you do want to, I do suggest you go out and get it. There's a few titles that were Sublime's early prints that they are now no longer printing. I think Honey Darling, Man of Tango, I think they're the other ones as well, that they just will not print any more copies of. So if you want to, go and get yourself a copy. This was printed in 2013. So it's already 7 years old. Wow, I know. But I think it was originally from 2010. So it's actually one of Kano Miyamoto's more recent works. Especially in terms of what's available in English. I don't think anything else has been published. Everything else is before 2013. So that's why the artwork is probably the nicest out of her published works that I have. I'm not really a huge fan of Kano Miyamoto. She has a lot of melodrama and a lot of taboos in her work and things that make me feel slightly uncomfortable. And out of all of the works that I've read of hers that are in English, Sleeping Moon is the one that I actually like. Which sounds a bit bad, but I actually really like this story. There's a lot of aspects to it, the kind of things that I do like. Her artwork, like I've said, is not my absolute favourite, but this particular work has her best, and so I do think that it's worth getting. And you will become accustomed to the artwork, and by the end of it you'll be like, okay, that's alright. But if you go back to her earlier works, you might not feel the same way. As I've said, she does have a tendency to go for melodrama and over-the-topness, but that's kind of a time period as well. Sleeping Moon, though, as a work, I really do wholeheartedly recommend, because it has, as I've said, many aspects that I do like. It's got a black-haired Megane who can sense the supernatural and has complicated feelings for men. So I mean, basically, that's the kind of character that I really go for. I really, really like. So yeah, in this case, there's he's actually a perhaps a doctoral student, but he's kind of, they call him professor, but I think he's more like a TA or someone who's like a doctoral student, so they're probably a tutor at university, or like an assistant lecturer, that kind of thing. His name is Akihiro. He is a descendant of Akihiko, sorry, and he's a descendant of the Sakaki family, and he goes to visit the the family house where his aunt is living with his cousins, and he hasn't been back there for 17 years. And the reason he's going there is not, as he says, to do some research for his doctoral thesis, but is in fact to try and research the family curse. And the family curse is that all male heirs or descendants will die young. And he's trying to find out if the curse is real, what's the purpose or, the cause of the curse, and is there a way to stop it so that he doesn't die soon, because he's already 27. And while he's there, he meets his cousin, who will be the next in line afterwards. His name is Ren, I think. Yep. And he is bisexual and is kind of coming on to him. He's quite happy to give him a wee bit of affection and attention, because he also is aware of the curse and has actually, in fact, done a lot of research on it and come up short. So they decide to kind of band together to try and research this curse and see if they can find the cause of it. And along with that is a lot of supernatural goings on. There's ghosts, there's fox spirits, there's little mini demons, and there's time slips and apparent ghosts, but actually it turns out that time travel is involved. And Akihiko ends up being able to travel back 100 years, where he meets Eitaro, who is staying in the house that's still there. It's a big old rambling pile, and he ends up having a lot of complicated homosexual feelings towards Eitaro, who looks identical to Ren. Which is just a bit silly, but there you go. It's very kind of not slow moving. It's very much compact in its storytelling. There's things that happen, and you can kind of imagine this as like a movie. Actually, be quite interesting if they made it into a movie. I think quite easily they could. And I liked that it had little elements. My favourite was the fox god. He was lovely. The little protective fox for the house. He was doing his best. Absolutely doing his best against this curse. This curse was super strong. And this poor wee fox god was trying his hardest. And he came from the Fushimi Inari shrine in Kyoto, which I have gone to and visited. And I love it there. It's beautiful, beautiful. So I had a wee connection there to that wee fox god. I just thought, oh, he's so good. And yeah, I just really liked it. It was a good story. It's a good, solid story. It has lots of things I like. Mystery, intrigue, some sort of thing that you have to try and work out, which I like. I like trying to work out things. And people trying to discover things, like a bit of a detective work going on, as well as the supernatural element, as well as the BL element. So yeah, overall, this is a good, solid work. And as I've said before, if you are wanting to read this, try and pick it up as soon as you can, because as things go out of print, and I've talked a lot about out of print and white whales and stuff, they will become more and more expensive. People put the prices up. So if you cannot get a copy, it'll have to be second hand. So if you want a brand new copy, I would try and get one as soon as you can. And otherwise, you're going to have to look out for it second hand. So yeah, Sleeping Moon. It's a good one. I really enjoy it. It's lovely. Highly recommended. We'll see what I read for the next one. So that's everything. Remember, every day's a BL day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.